Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. And today I'm using one of my favorite decks. It's called the Osho Zen Tarot. And for some reason I haven't used it for a really long time, so I've kind of brought it out of retirement, and I'm just going to draw 3 cards for the week ahead. And I'm doing this with the intention that we're just going to get kind of a general energetic snapshot of what we can expect in the upcoming week. Okay, so I'll start with the first card, which represents Monday and Tuesday. Oh, lovely. Okay, so we have letting go, which in a typical like Rider-Waite tarot, this would be the 8 of Cups. But in the Osho Zen deck, it's 8 of Water, and it's called letting go. So we're going to start off the week almost, I'm not sure how to put this. We get a sense of unexpected clarity about where we don't want to go. Not necessarily where we want to go or what we want to do, but what we don't want to do. So there's something that you're going to let go of. I have a feeling for a lot of us it's going to be a particular ideal or a particular vision that we may have had, or a goal, and we're going to kind of come to the reality or the realization that this isn't really what we want. For some reason we thought it was, but now that we have it, or now that we're in pursuit of it, we realize this isn't really the direction that we want to go in. For some of us, I think this is going to be very minor, and for some of us it's more, might be a bigger deal. There is going to be a sense of emotion here, as you know, anytime you realize something isn't what you thought it was, or it's not really what you want, there is that kind of sense of like, oh, like almost exhaustion or sort of emotional release. So there is that tendency to want to sort of emotionally release, and just let yourself do that. So just let yourself feel frustrated or feel sad or whatever it is that you need to do, and don't try to necessarily cheer yourself up or steer yourself away from any kind of frustrated feelings. Just let yourself experience them, and that is kind of the quickest way actually to let a particular emotion move through your life, is to just sort of accept it and then kind of let it be there, and then it's gonna you naturally you're going to let go of it and move on. Okay, so going into the week, Wednesday and Thursday, we've got receptivity. This is another water card. This is the Queen of Water. So in a Rider-Waite tarot deck, this would be the Queen of Cups. And so this is 2 water cards. Now, of course, the beginning of the week is about letting go of something. And once you let go of something, and go off in search of, you know, meaning or fulfillment, you're automatically in that receptive state, which is nicely represented by the Queen of Water. So I think the theme of this week, I often see the center card as sometimes being the theme of the week. I feel like the theme of this week is being open and receptive to things. So being open to our own creative ideas, being open to maybe other suggestions, but ultimately this week is about being open to doing things in a totally different way than what you're used to, and looking at things in a totally different way. So really opening your mind and being willing to experience new things and just do things in a totally different way than you have been, especially if doing things in a certain way hasn't really worked out and you want to kind of switch things up a little bit. There's something else with this card that I'm getting. I feel like this is also about an awakening of sorts, almost like an emotional awakening. The reason I say that is when I look at the stem, I think this is a lotus flower, and there's like the stem here, and then there's this like figure 8 thing, which reminds me of Kundalini, like the Kundalini energy rising and then kind of exploding out through her crown chakra, out through her head. So I feel like, because Kundalini to me represents awakening of some sort, I feel like this card is about emotional awakening, because water represents our emotions. If you've been feeling numb lately, like emotionally numb, or just kind of blah, like nothing really excites you. You have this sort of steady state emotion. If you have been feeling like that lately, this week you might see a big change. So you might really experience some shifts in that the emotional energy that you have within you is starting to move. So things are no longer stagnant, things are moving, and you can experience this as being, more emotional than normal, meaning being sadder or happier or really joyful or excited, or the whole gamut of emotions. You might just experience those a little more strongly this week than you normally would. So yeah, there's definitely a waking up of emotions. And then as you get to the end of the week and the weekend, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we've got 7 of rainbows, which would be 7 of pentacles in a regular tarot deck. And 7 of rainbows is all about patience. So I think, we start out the beginning of the week realizing something's not working, I've got to change a few things. So we let go of these old ideas. And then with receptivity, we have this sort of intense awakening where our emotions are stirred. And then when we get to the end of the week, it's kind of reminding us to be patient, even though it feels like things are moving along at a really quick pace. Often the changes that we make emotionally and mentally take a little while to sort of filter down and manifest on the physical plane. So I think this week you're going to feel like you're making a lot of progress and you're making a lot of change on the emotional and mental level. But of course, physically, things are all still going to kind of appear the same. And so the message here is just be patient. Advancements that you make in the other realms, in the emotional realm, mental realm, take a little while to filter down to the physical realm, but they do eventually. So you can just sort of relax and be patient. But I also feel like this weekend, you're going to experience a feeling of, I can't think of the right word, but it's like that feeling when you're planning a vacation and you feel like really, really excited about it, even though it's maybe months or weeks away, and you feel impatient, like you want it to happen. You might get that sense, and this comes from the receptivity card. When you free up your emotions and things start to flow, you start getting more ideas and visions, and you start making plans, and it can bring about that feeling of excitement when you get that sudden flash of clarity about, a direction that you want to go in or something you want to create. It can be almost frustrating, but also really exciting to kind of rein in your energy a little bit and be patient, and put your time and effort into a project, even though you're not necessarily going to see immediate results. So just taking a quick step back and looking at all these cards together, it looks like a really interesting week, and I'm really I'm excited to see how it pans out. It feels like an emotional week of, emotional release, but in a good way, in a really, really good way. And I guess the main thing that I'm getting is that there's this real message of letting go with the Queen of Water, her open arms, and then the droplet falling off the lily pad into the water. And then patience, meaning, just be patient. Don't try to force things. The message here is relax, let go, let things flow. Don't try to force things, because things are happening in the time they're meant to happen, and things are unfolding as they're meant to. So you can relax and let go a little. So if you noticed any insights here, if anything jumped out to you, please feel free to share that in the comment section below. I love to hear your interpretations of these cards. And once again, my name is Kate. I'm from dailytarotgirl.com, and you can check out my website for more information about learning to read tarot. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful week.